I can't believe I'm doing this. Seriously. In this video, I'm talking about snakes in Arizona. Snakes. Because you guys keep asking about them and I want to set the record straight. But wait, I'm not going to be talking about what kinds of snakes we have in Arizona or even about which ones are venomous or not. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm not qualified. And more importantly, I have never stuck around long enough to ask one. Nope, I'm the kind of person who couldn't run to lose a pound if my life depended on it, but if I see a snake, I could basically fly. I do not like snakes. Nope, nope, nope. So instead, I'm going to be sharing 5 easy things you can do to live snake-free in Arizona because let's be honest, that's what you really want to know. They do their thing over there, you do your thing over here, and all is right with the world. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Lindsay, a proud Anthem resident and your local realtor with the Wise Move AZ team at Realty One Group. On this channel, we have a lot of fun talking about all things Anthem and real estate, and we would love to have you along for the ride. So hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon to be notified when our new videos are released every single Thursday. Okay, that was kind of a bit, but in all seriousness, I absolutely love that we have such diverse wildlife here in Arizona, snakes included. In fact, I did a whole video on the different kinds of wildlife we have here in Arizona. So if you'd like to check that out, click in the cards for this video. Arizona is an absolutely incredible place to call home. And apparently, snakes think so too. We get so many questions about snakes from folks considering a move. Unfortunately, snakes are a fact of life in Arizona. To put things into perspective, I don't like snakes. I don't want to encounter a snake, and Arizona is still hands down one of my absolute favorite places to call home. I would take nearly 300 days of sunshine a year and a chance of seeing a snake every time. Truthfully, I think I've only seen 3 snakes up close the whole time I've lived in Arizona. One was in my parents' yard, one was on a hike, and the other was dead on the road. I guess I've also seen snakes at the Phoenix Zoo, but those don't really count. Our goal with this video is to make your home and yard unappealing to snakes. I don't want anybody hurting snakes or disturbing them. I just want to make it so that when they pass by your yard, they keep going because it's not that hospitable for them. You know how they say don't make your guest room too nice because your guests will stay too long? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with snakes and my yard. I know you've heard it a million times, but it's true. They really are more afraid of you than you should be of them. Snake bites are rare, and there is so much you can do to avoid an encounter in and around your home. I'll also give you a tip of what not to do to avoid snakes at the end of this video, so stick around. All right, let's talk about the things you can do right now to greatly reduce the risk of seeing a snake in your yard. Tip number 1, barricade your home and yard. Don't make it easy for snakes to get into your home or yard in the first place. Walk around the perimeter of your yard and see if there is anywhere that they could get in. Our home backs onto a wash, which means we're more susceptible to getting snakes and other wildlife in our yard. If you're like us, run some steel mesh fencing along any of the view fencing on your property. If you have block wall fencing around your property, just make sure that it's properly sealed. Additionally, if you have a gate, make sure that it's as snug to the ground as possible. If you have drainage holes in your fencing, you may want to pile rocks in front or use that steel mesh. If you put anything in front of the drainage holes, be careful. They're there for a reason, and it's your responsibility to ensure that they're properly diverting water away from your property in a rainstorm. Lastly, make sure that you're leaving all of your doors closed when you're not using them. This includes your garage door. I heard a story of a family that loved leaving their patio doors open, and one night the woman went to the bathroom to find a snake wrapped around the bottom of the toilet. Eek. Tip number 2, take away their hiding places. Snakes won't want to hang out in your yard if there's no good hiding places for them. Now that you've secured the perimeter, walk around your yard and clean up everything you can. This means trimming any shrubs and bushes up and removing any dead leaves and branches. You also want to pick up any toys or tools that are laying around the yard. Even storage sheds, containers, or outdoor furniture can provide a good hiding place for snakes. There was a news story last summer about snakes hiding in the holes in the middle of pool noodles. Can you imagine? You could also consider adding lights to any paths in the front or backyard to make it even less snake friendly. Lighting is great because it allows you to see where you're going and can prevent an unwanted encounter with a snake. Anyways, I definitely still want you to be able to enjoy your backyard. That's the whole point. But I encourage you to clean up anything you can. Don't go reaching into any dark places without checking it first. Tip number 3, take away their food and water. Snakes aren't going to want to stick around if there's no food or water in your yard. Firstly, make sure that you don't have any standing water or leaking water in your yard. It's important to check your automatic watering system for leaks and make sure that your hose isn't leaking either. Some snakes may be drawn to your pool if water is particularly scarce, so I encourage you to check the traps and edges before jumping in. If a snake gets in your pool, you can usually use the pool skimmer to fling it out, or you can call the fire department. As for food, many snakes eat rodents, so you want to make sure that you don't have any rodents in your yard. If you have evidence of rodents, you may want to call an exterminator. If not, just be careful not to leave out trash or anything else that could attract pests. Additionally, bird feeders attract more than just birds, so I don't recommend them. Tip number 4, protect your pups. Your dogs may be more at risk for a snake bite than you. Thankfully, there are things we can do to protect them. There are rattlesnake avoidance classes you can enroll them in, and there are also vaccines. I recommend that you talk to your vet about both of these to see if either would be a good fit for your dog. Additionally, I recommend that you keep your dog on their leash while you're out for walks and avoid walking through any tall grass or brush where you can't see their paws. You also want to make sure that you keep emergency contact information on hand in the event of a snake bite. Tip number 5, pay attention. This is just good advice in general, but when it comes to avoiding snakes, pay attention. Whether you're walking, hiking, or just stepping out of the car, you could accidentally get too close to a snake. You want to look around when you're walking, but also listen. Rattlesnakes, for example, may make a rattling noise if you get too close. Additionally, you may be able to hear a snake getting out of the way before you see it. If you see a snake, please leave it alone. They want to hang out with you about as much as you want to hang out with them. If possible, get yourself at least 10 feet away and allow the snake to pass. I didn't forget that I promised you a tip of what not to do to avoid snakes. Don't put a ton of mothballs in and around your yard. It smells so bad, and I don't think there's much proof that they work at preventing snakes. I think that the tips we listed in this video will be more effective and will allow you to still get outside and enjoy your yard, because that's one of the main reasons you moved to Arizona in the first place, right? So there you have it. What do you think? Are there things you can do around your home to make it a little less appealing to snakes? We've done most of these things, and knock on wood, we have never seen a snake in our yard. If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this video with your friends. Also, if you want to make sure that you're truly prepared for your move to Arizona, then you're going to want to click and watch this video up top with the pros and cons of moving to the Grand Canyon State. Or if you're on a bit of a pest kick, you're going to want to click and watch this video on the bottom with our best tips for preventing scorpions in your Arizona home. Enjoy those, stay safe, and I'll see you next Thursday.